Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Tea from the Galaxy, a thirst quenching podcast for the girls, gays, theys, and astrology baes, where we talk about anything and everything through an astrological lens. Happy New Year, guys. I can't believe this is my first episode of the new year, 2026. I don't really have an outline for this episode per se. I just have a topic that I kind of wanted to spitball about because everyone is so big on New Year's resolutions, and January 1st is like the first day of the year. Start new things and new goals and start a new life, and this is my year and da 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 da. But as someone who is an astrologer and who follows the astrological calendar, I don't believe January 1st is the right day to have this like new year, new me type of vibe. Really be like, oh, this is the start of something new, okay? According to the astrological calendar, the first day of the new year in astrology is the day of the spring equinox, which is the first day of Aries season, which usually falls around anywhere from March 19th to March 21st. Now, this is most of the time the good time period to really start new projects, to really steamroll on things. When we think about words that describe Aries and Aries season, how we feel during Aries season, it is aggressive, go-getter, optimistic, excited. That is the energy to put into starting new projects. The winter solstice just passed. January 1st falls in, during this hibernation season, during Capricorn season. So I will say there are a lot of pros and cons to, the new year falling in Capricorn season. Capricorn season is a good time to kind of figure out what are the future goals. When we think about Capricorn is ruled by the planet Saturn. So everything that Saturn encompasses is what Capricorn encompasses. Patience, aging like fine wine, wisdom, karma, doing things slowly but diligently. Capricorn is very hardworking, entrepreneurial. It's boss bitch energy, really taking on a lot and taking on a very responsible role. It's dedicated. It is reliable. It is very future oriented. It's very plotting and planning. It's moving slowly. I think January 1st is a nice time to get the vision board out. January is a nice time to really set those intentions and really sit and think. But during this season of winter, and we are being called to rest. Maybe this is a subconscious message to myself because I feel this, but this is just a reminder to anyone who feels hard on themselves when they set those New Year's resolutions and they don't follow through with them or they give up on them. It might be because you are setting them during the wrong time. Using astrology definitely does help. And if there is a time period in this month to set any type of manifestation goals or intentions, I would say it would be during the new moon this month in Capricorn, which isn't going to be until January 18th. So if you still feel like, shit. I was going to try and think of another phrase or word, but I can't even think of one. If you're still feeling like shit and it's January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, you're like, damn, this is a bad way that I started my new year. Like, is this just what the vibe of this year is going to be? Definitely don't have those thoughts. Don't put that out there. Be easier on yourself. Give yourself grace during this time. I think this is still a time of not meant to be steamrolling on things. That is definitely an Aries season type of thing. Capricorn is all about, like what I said, is very hardworking, but it's very slow moving. This is the time to plot and plan. And then Aries season rolls around, and that's a better time to, really get moving on things and aggressively going after your goals. Think about, we are like bears hibernating right now. So as I was doing a little bit of research on the Gregorian calendar new year, which is January 1st versus the astrological new year, I came across this little prompt on a website from theseasonalsoul.com that I really liked, that I wanted to share. So it says that it's important for us to not put a lot of pressure on ourselves right now. This is not the time for action. This is a time for deep rest. Setting New Year's resolutions based on actions we want to take in our lives is too much pressure right now. We're not meant to be accomplishing active goals right now. Our job in winter is to rest. Winter is asking you, can you lean into rest wherever you are able? Even if you don't have the privilege of an abundance of restful time in your life, can you find small, simple places where you can embrace rest? Can resting receive just as much focus as your to-do list? It's been a long, hard year. You've been through a lot, you've worked hard, and you've stretched and grown in so many ways. Simply living on earth through the past year, you have grown and you are tired. It's important that you rest right now to rejuvenate your weary spirit for the new year ahead. So this is why I really resonated with that, because when you really think about it, during this time that is supposed to be dedicated to rest and reflection and kind of when you want to think about it, like we are in the cocoon phase of the butterfly. So we are planting seeds and, working from the inside so we can blossom into the butterfly. If we are just steamrolling into the old year, into the new year, wanting to be the butterfly already, we're going to crash and burn. And I feel like that is why a lot of people don't succeed in their New Year's resolutions, because then by the time Aries season comes, which is the season, the first fire sign, the first sign of the astrological new year, the first sign of the zodiac, represented by the ram. By the time Aries season comes at the end of March and April, we are already tired. We went too hard. We went too hard, too fast, too quickly. And then now we are wanting to rest during the season of birth, the season of what's supposed to be the butterfly, exploding from the cocoon, the season that's supposed to be the sprout that is blossoming out of the seed from the ground. I feel like I'm subconsciously making this episode to myself because I am so fucking tired. And then I have like so many people around me, like new year, new me, vision board, let's get into it. 1:11 on my clock right now. And I could not feel more like the opposite. I could not feel more like I just want to not do anything. And this is like the little trickster that Capricorn season does play on us, which I think is very interesting, that, the new year does fall in Capricorn season, because we are wanting to take on a lot and do a lot and just be the boss bitch of a lot. It is, when I think of Capricorn, I think of like the older sibling, the matriarch, the taking care of business type of person. And because they genuinely like want to, and they feel purpose from doing that. So as a collective, like we're feeling that right now. We're feeling like, yeah, I got it. I want to, like, I can handle this. I want to be successful. I want to be a boss bitch. Yeah, give it to me. But after a full year of a lot of bullshit, shouldn't it be what you really want to do by the time January 1st comes is to rest? I think we need to start, listening back to the seasons again, listening to more natural, celestial, deeper events that happen around us. We're energy beings being affected by other things that have energy. If we're just continuously going and going and going, we are going to crash and burn. This is why I like astrology. I like reflecting back on astrology, because I like the reminder of having to rest, because as someone who has a Capricorn moon in my chart, I feel like I can go. I feel like I can take on a lot, and then I crash and burn. I think that is the downside to having all these new beginnings that happen on January 1st. I think maybe having a vision board and start doing a vision board is nice for the month of January, but like starting everything that you want to do on January 1st, like I'm gonna quit smoking and I'm gonna go to the gym 5 times a week and I'm gonna quit my job and start this business and I'm gonna do this and that. Like you're doing all that on January 1st, like I don't know. Hopefully, like, it works for people sometimes. For a lot of people, they crash and burn and they don't live up to their resolutions. And this could be why. I'm offering a different perspective, I follow the astrological calendar. So this year specifically, and last year, I wasn't so hard on myself, especially because a lot of people go out on New Year's Eve. And a lot of people are then hungover and like tired and feeling like shit January 1st. So that's just already like a bad vibe, bad energy in the air. But if anything, that's also another reason that is calling us to rest. Like it is the season of reflection and coming back to ourselves, and the holidays and post holidays, and thinking of, especially during Capricorn season, we have a full moon in Cancer, which then emphasizes on the balance between all our responsibilities and work and our home life and family life. So that's a big focus during Capricorn season and at the beginning of the new year too. Like actually thinking a lot about not just our responsibilities and what we have to do, getting down to business, but our family life and where we are living and our living situation and our home, and the balance between that too. And I think what is needed for a lot of people is just to sit and rest and reflect on it and to not have everything figured out. I made a full moon post the other day when it was the full moon, and something in the post I loved, I put it in. Moments of dysregulation are not when you need to figure it all out. And then it's not a lack of motivation, it's a nervous system screaming for rest. So I think this is what a lot of people are feeling during Capricorn season. If we're really urging and screaming and wanting rest and, just being at home with ourselves or with our family, how is that a good time to start new things and start new goals and start, it's really, even if you don't want to set intentions right now and you don't want to set goals right now and you just want to fucking sit down and relax and turn your brain off. Like I'm even urging people to do that. We are not machines. We're not meant to be on the go all the time. Personally, I've been really fucking fiending for like at least a 3-month break. I don't want to do anything. I don't want any responsibilities. I just want to turn my brain off. And yeah, I am kind of reminding myself that it's time to hibernate, Serena. It's time to take it easy a little bit and don't be hard on yourself for doing that, needing that, or wanting that. If you are the type of person that really does want to start something new this month, because you are feeling motivated by the new year, that is what Capricorn season is going to bring to us. Capricorn season is going to bring motivation. Something that's very similar about Capricorn and Aries are they're both cardinal signs. So they're both the initiators. They're both the leaders. They have innate leadership qualities within themselves. So when they feel like they want to do something, they do it. And they feel like they can be a leader at it and feel like they can be good and strive at it. So that's very similar feelings that we feel during the new year, the Gregorian calendar new year, and the astrological new year. So if you are feeling that motivation this month and feeling like, it is the new year, I want to lock in right now, I would say a nice alignment to do that this month is on January 18th when the new moon in Capricorn is happening. So the new moon in Capricorn is happening at 28 degrees. So in numerology, 28 boils down to the number 1, and in numerology, 1 represents, new beginnings, manifesting new beginnings, and new moons also represent new beginnings too, manifesting new beginnings, planting seeds, which you want to grow and blossom over the next 6 months to a year. So the numerology supports the astrological meaning behind that lunation. The ruler of this new moon too in Capricorn is Saturn, and Saturn is making a lot of favorable aspects during this time. It is making a sextiles to Uranus and Taurus, and a sextiles to Mars and Capricorn at 27 degrees, which this moon is also making those sextiles to, which is very favorable for succeeding at new goals and being very like hustler about it, being very, I'm not going to give up on this. I'm going to strive and succeed and excel at this. Anytime Saturn and Mars is in a harmonious aspect together, which they are under this new moon, it's definitely giving, I'm not giving up. I am going to be the best at this, because Mars gives that aggressive, that confident energy that I'm gonna do this right now and I'm gonna go about it and be about it, and Saturn gives that groundedness energy, that able to build. So like having the two energies together of fiery and earth and groundedness and confidence and charisma just working together, I think is really fucking nice under this new moon. So I definitely think that is a very nice aspect and new moon to plant seeds and start new things. But yeah, guys, this is gonna be a little bit of a shorter episode that I'm bringing to you guys because your girl also needs some rest. I'm gonna follow my own advice and take some time. I need to stop stressing so much. I really am a big believer in you will find a lot of answers in moments of silence and moments of peace and moments of just darkness. And that is what the winter season is all about. You know, the days are shorter, the nights are longer. It is really a time to comfort ourselves again and to reconnect with ourselves again, to stay home and reconnect with comforts and things and people who feel like comfort. And I think you find a lot of clarity within those times, and you feel more rooted and grounded. And then shortly after, you feel more ready and clear on how to restart again and grow. So I'm wishing everyone a happy new year, a new year filled with a lot of abundance, growth, and opportunities, and love, unconditional love for everyone. I am excited for this new year. I'm excited for everything to come and what comes about it and from it. I think this new year is going to bring a lot of extreme growth for a lot of people. Last year was the sneak peek of a lot. This year is when things are really going to start fucking growing and getting insane. So I'm excited to see where that brings a lot of people. And yeah, I will see you guys in next week's episode.